Hi my YouTube family, remember to like my video, share my video, and those who haven't subscribed to Bevbon channels, please do so. I'm gonna share, just illustrate a little story, Bible story with you guys. Jacob and Esau. Many of you guys out there know this story very well, while some doesn't. Okay, and we find all these stories in Genesis, and it's about Jacob and Esau, the deceiver deceived. So the deceiver end up being deceived. Have you ever been deceived by your sisters or your brother or your best friend or anyone out there? Yes, many of us have been deceived, even by your husband or by your boyfriend, who have boyfriend, even girlfriend, girls to girls, your best friend, they're being deceived by someone who close to you, which you trust. Okay, so this story is about Jacob and Esau. From in their mother's womb, they were fighting with each other, disagreeing with each other from in the womb. Now, when they were born and they have grown, Esau is a person who loves food. Jacob, no, know that Esau loved food, so he was at home while Esau was out, and Jacob was at home cooking his lintel. Esau came in and was very, very hungry. And because Jacob knows that he have this birthright and Jacob wanted it and didn't know how to get it, so what he did know, Esau asked him for food and he wanted to swap the lintel that he has put with Jacob for with Esau for his birthright. And because Esau was so hungry, he didn't think about it. He swapped it with Jacob. So Esau give over his birthright to Jacob, his brother. And that was an dishonest thing that Jacob done that shouldn't have happened. He tricked his brother because of food, because in his weakest point, when he was hungry and he know that his brother loved food, he did that to him. Many of us does that too when we are small to our brother or sister, trick them and take away their things from them. Right, so it happened that Rachel loved Jacob more than Esau, and their father love Esau more than Jacob. So you see what happened right there now? We as parents should love a child more than another child, right? We should love them equally. If you have 2 children or 4, we must love them equally, not love one over the other. Or if that even happens, don't let them know, don't show it. So what happened now? The mother loved Jacob and the father loved Esau. So Esau was a very hairy person, was a very hairy lad, and Jacob wasn't hairy. So what the mother did, whilst Esau loved to go out and hunt, and he was that type of person, not steady, but Jacob was a steady person, more to study his Bible and meditate upon God. But Esau wasn't like that. He was a wild boy, prefer go out in the field and up and down, run about his business. So while he was out, what the mother did, what Rachel did now, Rachel get the goat skin. When you kill goat, you skin off the skin and they always dry, put it out in the sun to dry, so it is there. And Rachel, what he did, he get the skin of either the goat or the sheep, but his skin, and put it on Jacob and send Jacob in for Isaac to bless him, because the blessing was to go to Esau, because he already have the birthright and the blessing was to go to him. But Rachel now wanted Jacob to get that blessing, so she tricked Isaac and sending Jacob. And when Isaac asked, "Is this my son Esau?" Jacob lied to him and even take the Lord's name and said, "Yes, it is," like he take a oath. And Isaac blessed him. And when he blessed him, no, it wasn't Esau that he blessed, it was blessed that it was Jacob. And when Esau came home and realized what happened, he was very hungry at Jacob and say he's gonna kill him because he robbed him from his birthright, and now he come and get the blessing, rob him from his blessing also, because he was to get the blessing to be a priest. So Jacob took that away from him also. Two things he have done: deceive him 2 times, and Rachel was guilty as well. So Esau was very hungry at his brother now, and hate because of what he done the first time, and the second time now he hated him so much that he think about killing him. So because Rachel loved Jacob so much, didn't want any war between the both brothers now, because maybe it would be fatal between both of them. So she ended up send Jacob away far to her family or brother house. So the brother have 2 daughters, Leash and Rebecca. Yes, Leach and Rebecca. So when Jacob went there and saw Rebecca, he was madly in love with Rebecca. So you see what happened to him. He worked for Rebecca for 7 years, and when the time came for him to marry Rebecca, the uncle tricked him and let Leach be the one. When he found out it was too late, it wasn't Rebecca, and he was very wroth about it and asked his uncle why he had deceived him. So you see the deceiver being deceived. Yes, so the seed that he sowed, he went to his uncle and he reaped it. So he looked back in himself and see how he have deceived his brother 2 times, and now it fall back on his shoulder. His uncle caused him to work for 7 years for Rachel, and in the end, when the time came and the 7 year up, instead of marrying Rachel, he married Leach. So he have to work another 7 years for Rachel again. That's 14 years to get his wife. So you see, the seed that he sows, it fall right back on him. Yes, so we have to try and sow good seed. So he was a deceiver, and in the end, his uncle deceived him. Yes, but out of bad came good. Out of bad came good, because although he done all those things, God never turned his back on him. You understand? So, and he asked God to forgiveness, and you know that he wrestled with an angel. He didn't know who he was wrestling against when he left and going out with his wives and children and so on, going back to a different land. He was afraid of Esau, but many years don't see Esau, nor his mother nor his father, have to stay far from them because he was afraid of Esau. And what happened now, he was going back to his mother's country, but was afraid and didn't know what to do because of his deceitfulness. And so in his sleep, someone hold him, and he was wrestling with that person because I didn't know it, so he thought it was Esau, and he was fighting for his life, and didn't know what to do. And day was breaking, and the angel said, let me go, and he said, I will not let thee go. And he realized that he wasn't wrestling with a man, right? He was wrestling with Jesus, and he was there now, and he hang on to the angel who no let go, and the angel said, let me go. And he said, I won't let you go. I will not let you go until you bless me. And all what the angel was doing, he and Jacob were wrestling until the angels put his finger at his hip there and touch it, and his hip was out of joint, and although was in so much pain, he still hung on to the angel, and the angel ended up have to bless him. Yes, so you see, God is so merciful and God is so good. And when God is promised that although we have done wrong and he's gonna bless us, he never go back on his word. God still, though he's done so much wrong in his younger days, God still bless him. And because of the joint that God has put out and of Jacob, that he have to walk hippity happy, now he couldn't walk good again, he have to walk with a stick. And but guess what, God did it for a reason. Tell me what the reason was, guys. This is the reason. Because God knows that when Jacob come face to face with Esau, something terrible would be happening if Esau saw Jacob strong and okay. But when the time came for Esau and Jacob to meet up now. Before reach his mother's and father's destination, they were going to meet up. He parted some of his children and his cattle and his men servant and maid servant and send them off in a different direction. That's in case his brother attack, he don't kill off everyone. And when he was going out to meet his brother, and when the Esau stand afar off and saw his brother Jacob, and he saw how he was limping, and the hate that Esau offered Jacob turned to love. Instead of hating Jacob and try to attack him or to kill him, when Jacob saw Esau, he was so afraid and thought that Esau was coming to kill him and his children that was left, and the other maid and men servant that was there, and cattle. But God is so wonderful that God take away the hate out of Esau's heart. When he saw his brother Jacob limping and have a piece of stick, the hate turned to love, and he run and hug up his brother and kissed him at the neck. And Jacob was offering all the gift that he take for him, and he said, no, my brother, and from that they make it up. So you see, God is good. So if Jesus himself didn't put out his joint and cause him to walk limp, in a limpy position, Esau, when he saw him, maybe would attack him and kill him. So God knows what he's doing. Only God can be God, and only God could be God. So in all of what happened, and the hate that Esau offered Jacob, when he saw his brother limping, and he look and stand afar off, he could never hurt his brother. He was sorry for his brother instead of hurting him. You see it? Yes, and out of bad, there comes good. So sometimes we are in love with someone and they deceive us. Or our brother deceive us, or our sister. Even our mother can deceive us too, and our fathers deceive come in different direction. Anyone can deceive us, not true? Yes, but we have to learn to put everything in the hands of God, because we have to do good. If we can't do good, don't do bad. Okay? We have to learn and know what we are doing, because anything we done will come right back to us. Anything. So better to do good than to do bad. Yes, guys. So in Genesis, go to the book of Genesis, man, the first chapter in the Bible, and you will find all these stories about the prophet of old, all the heroes that pass on. So in our days, it is still happening, but from Bible days coming down until now, you know, grudge brothers for their things, and sisters also, you know, it's still happening. Although they are our sisters, our brothers, sometimes we envy them, and that should never be. So anytime we have our brother or sister and find out, say, maybe my sister is a teacher and I am not a teacher, I am just an ordinary worker, go to the factory and work at the call center, I'm not have any grudge against my sister. She work hard to achieve what she have, and God bless my brother with a car. I shouldn't grudge my brother for it, but yet it is happening in our world today. Back then, and same so that, like God said, so was the days of Noah, so shall it be in the end. So all that happened before we were born, it is happening now. You see, so God never lies. He never goes back on his word. So was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the end. And we're seeing all that happen back then is revealing now. Okay? So remember to like my video, share my video, and those who haven't subscribed to Bev Brown channels, please do so. Miss Bev Production, big up yourself every time. Peace out. Bev Brown said that.